because right now everything's forecasted to be right around midday. The more sleet you get, the less snow you get. So let's look at future tracker. Yeah, 8 o'clock in the morning, we know it. Right now it's snow everywhere through the region. But watch what happens. 10:30, the kids are outside playing. It's still fluffy. It's coming down 1 to 2 inches an hour. Then we start to see around midday, let's say 12, 1 o'clock. This is when that sleet moves in. Can you see that area of purple, how it suddenly changes? That means we're no longer accumulating snow in Philadelphia. We're adding now sleet all afternoon, and that sleet piles up. Now, sleet isn't as dangerous as freezing rain. It doesn't really stick to the trees so much. I'm not going to say it's a non-issue, but it's not as bad as freezing rain. When does that happen? 6 o'clock this evening. See that area? It does look like maybe southwest of the city we get more of an issue with that freezing rain. It all wraps up later tonight. 10, 11 o'clock at night, nothing more than a leftover snow shower. So as for what we're expecting in the Lehigh Valley, mostly snow, 16 degrees for your high. And you get some sleet by the evening hours, 10 to 14 inches. Not looking at freezing rain there, but 10 to 14 inches of snow. Looks like a heavy snow. In the city, snow and sleet, kind of an equal mix. The high is 27, 8 to 10 inches. At the shore, look at that high, 41 degrees, 3 to 6 inches of snow, even changing to rain at the shore. A little bit of everything going on. Here's that bullseye for where we expect some of the freezing rain to accumulate. Again, not expecting widespread power outages, but the last thing you want is no power when we're talking temperatures all week, only in the 20s at best. So we are going to keep a close eye on this. I think more if you're southwest of the city, probably the better chance to see a little bit more than a glaze of that freezing rain. So we'll be watching that evolve in the evening hours. So once you start to get maybe a tenth, which is I think what we'll see, to about a quarter of an inch, it's difficult to travel. The cars are coated in that ice, and I think if it gets a little more than that, we start talking the branches down, some trees down, and perhaps some power outages. So something we're going to watch as it unfolds. And one more thing, Christy and John, earlier I was saying maybe you should be shoveling it as it comes, because I hate worrying about people shoveling so much and thinking about their heart. But actually, our behind-the-scenes meteorologist, Paul, is so great, and he said, you know what, you don't want to do that, because then that ice just adheres to the cars and adheres to the surface of the street. But don't shovel it if you're not in the best shape. Tell a young kid, they're not doing anything, for heaven's sakes. To get them out, I'll send my son house by house. He's going to shovel everybody's, because you got to make sure it's going to be heavy, guys. And that's what could really cause some issues later, shoveling.
Yeah, that ice is really worst case scenario for sure.
Yeah, and shoveling does put a lot of stress on your heart. Karen, thank you.